Hi, everybody. Essence here, and today I wanted to share a concept with you that has been really helping me. It's been helping me to eat healthier and to think more about my body. But you can use it in any way that you choose because it can help with all areas of your life. One of the things I've been talking a lot about recently on my circles is having a healthier relationship with ourselves, and that our relationship with ourselves is ever evolving. We don't get to the top of the self-love mountain, and then we're done. The higher we get, then you just want to deepen into that and just keep having a better and better relationship with yourself, the same as you would want to do with a partner. All right, so this concept is called, I don't really know. Now I'm just going to call it the four body concept um, until, I figure out a better name for it. But so basically, what this is saying that we have four different bodies. And I know some of you might say, well, we have more than four bodies. So there's some thoughts that we have seven bodies, some that we have 10 bodies. But these, I'm not going to go into them because they don't really play a part in what I'm saying, what I'm talking about today. But these bodies are what I feel like we have the most contact and connection with in our day-to-day lives versus other aspects of our aura and auric field. Okay, so these four aspects that we're going to be talking about today are the mental body, the emotional body, the spiritual body, and the physical body. So your mental body, let's just also think of use body as aspect. So your mental aspect, that part of you is the part of you that uses the intellectual processes, analyzing, reasoning, thoughts, judgments, criticisms, perceptions, all that, all the everyday mental stuff happens in the mental body. Our emotional body is the home of our feelings and emotions and sensations. It's where we interpret a thought and put an emotion to it, or an experience and we put an emotion to that experience. Then we have the physical body, which is, our skin, our tissues, our face, the organs, everything under the skin, between the ears, like all of that makes up the physical body, the inner and the outer. And then the spiritual body is basically the aspect of us that connects us to God, source, universe, connects us to our intuition, connects us to each other. Like, this is the area of all that is. This represents our connection to life itself, our guides and ancestors and the goddesses. Like, all of that happens in the spiritual body. So if let's just say that having a relationship with each of these areas makes up 100% of the whole self. So then that would mean that each area should carry about 25% in weight. And we give just as much attention, energy, and focus to each area. That is what a healthy relationship with self would look like. But what happens sometimes is one of these areas becomes more pronounced than another area and starts maybe encroaching upon other areas or taking up more space, where you're more focused on a different area, and then the other areas become smaller, and then you begin to feel unbalanced. This is what happens to a lot of us. And so I'm only going to focus on one area being bigger today because that's what I'm experiencing. And then that's what I've noticed with my clients in this past week. So the area that I've noticed that has kind of gone rogue is the mental body. So the mental body, because it is the home of our inner judge and our inner critic, it likes to put its 2 cents in all these other areas. And we kind of need it, because it's how we think about things. But it often gives us thoughts that aren't helpful. So sorry about that dog. I know you can hear him. He's big. It's a German Shepherd. He wants to play with the kids. Okay, so if we are to, let's talk about this mental body and its 2 cents. So, for instance, I have been sick with digestive issues and I'm in the process of healing my gut. So I have to make really wise, healthy, disciplined choices right now. And so because that's what my physical body needs. So about a week ago, kind of in the beginning of this, I had a thought where I said, well, I don't want to waste the last chicken breast. But my body, at the time, I didn't know it. It was just another thought that was like, but I want broth. But the stronger one was chicken. So I went and ate the chicken, and all night I couldn't sleep because it was like my stomach was trying to digest it, and it just felt like gas bubbles surrounding the chicken all night, just trying to chop it down. Like this is like that's just what it felt like all night. And now looking back, I can see that my physical body just wanted the broth because that was more healing for it. But my mental body, who knows I love chicken and who is a habitual creature, wanted the choice that is from habit. And so I listened to that and I ate the thing that was not healthy or in support of my physical body. And so and moving past that point and now playing with this concept, I can see how all day my mind is pushing things off on me, like, oh, maybe we're healed enough to have some wings tonight. And then when I touch my belly and picture wings, my stomach, it'll like make some noise. And so that's telling me like, no, that's not what I want. And it's really reminding me of how each of these parts of us, it has its own voice, it has its own consciousness, but our mental mind processes just pushes itself off into all these other areas. And so the problem is that it often makes us dislike some of these other areas. So before, one of the things I used to think was very sweet about me was that I was very emotional growing up, but I cried a lot. But my mental body would say, now looking back, like, you're too emotional, you're too sensitive. And so then I put a wall up and stopped feeling as much because I didn't want to be too emotional or too sensitive. What I'm seeing with my clients is them wanting to have a deeper relationship with themselves and love and accept their bodies, but their mind is like, oh, but you're too fat. Look at how big your nose is getting. You have a chin just like your dad. And just saying all these things, and it makes them not like their physical body as much as they want to just love it and have a good relationship with it. The inner judge and inner critic is pushing itself off, pushing its 2 cents off into that area. And so this can happen where any of these areas can become more pronounced, and you put more energy and focus there versus somewhere else. But I really want to just talk about the mental, just to say that this can be helped. Like, just knowing this, and when you go to the mirror or go to eat something, just knowing that the mind is putting its 2 cents in, it's a tool that is now using you instead of you using your mind as a tool. And you can start to take back this relationship by recognizing those negative judgmental voices and choosing from a higher, different place. And if you're doing mirror work and you're just going to look at yourself in the mirror, and when the mind says, oh, you got bags under your eyes, you just let that thought pass. Don't buy into it. Or you can just say, you know what, I like my eyes, or these are my eyes, deal with it. but you can start to shift how much say your mind has in these other areas. And so I just wanted to share that with you as a reminder that you do have control over this. Talk to you later.